Hello there everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree, and today, if my makeup is looking a little worse for wear, it's because I wore all my sweat-proof and waterproof makeup out in the wilderness. Me and my BFF went on a 2 hour, was it 2 hours? Hour and a half? Something like that. Hike. I was very sweaty. I could feel my eyelids sweating and everything. And I bought a new foundation and concealer that claimed water resistant, and I thought, why not test them out under like the harshest conditions? As you can see, my sunglass marks. Check out these. Aren't these the coolest sunglasses you've ever seen? I love them so much. But I'm not going to fault it for the sunglass marks because I've literally never seen anything hold up to sunglasses, so let's overlook that. But let's talk about all the other products. First, though, I think there's a difference between waterproof and sweat-proof, and I had been using it interchangeably, which is why some of the products are waterproof and some are sweat-resistant. I always thought it was the same thing, but I feel like it might be different now, because waterproof would mean water hitting your face might not make a difference, and it'll hold up to that. But sweat-proof, I feel like it's the sweat coming from underneath the makeup, like it'll hold up to that. So I think there's a difference there. Anyway, I wore all the sweat-proof, waterproof makeup today, and I'm going to tell you how it held up and what I think. So from the time I put this on to now, it has been about 4.5 hours, and so this is how it looks 4.5 hours in. So the first thing this is actually the product that made me want to do this video is the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation Stick. So this has a waterproof claim. It says it's transfer proof, waterproof, 12-hour wear, full coverage, and a natural matte finish. So this is how it looks. It's really cool. I have the shade Creamy Nude. It's a big old stick, you know, stick foundation. It's a pretty decent color match for me. I did get another one that was the wrong shade. I ended up getting this afterwards. And I really like the formula of this. It feels very, very similar to the L'Oreal, what is it called? L'Oreal, the stick foundation. I can't remember the name of it. What are they called? Perfect Sticks or something? You know what I'm talking about. This feels exactly like that. If you handed me this with no label, I would think it was L'Oreal. Not that that's a bad thing. I really, really like that L'Oreal foundation. It's insanely creamy, blends really, really easily. As far as it being full coverage, I don't feel like it's full coverage with one layer. You definitely have to build it up to get to that full coverage level. But by then, you've got 3 layers of foundation on. So it is a decent coverage, though. I would say with one layer, it's like a nice light medium coverage, which is very nice for me. I did put on 2 layers today just so I could get it to a little bit more coverage. Plus I wanted to kind of test the claims. So this actually surprised me today, because yesterday I put this on and I was just in the house literally doing nothing. I walked around, I did some laps, I cut up vegetables, like nothing strenuous whatsoever. I didn't even go outside. Let's take the dog out. And this, I had just this on, and it broke up all over my chin, like separated within 2 to 3 hours. I was looking at it, I was like, ugh. It was broken up all over my face. So I was expecting it to do that today. But yesterday I had 3 layers of this on because I was trying to build it up to the full coverage level. So what I think with this, like less is probably better. I had 3 layers and it broke up really quickly. But today I had 2 on. I have 2 on my chin, 1 here, and then 1 past here. So I didn't put 2 layers all over my face, but the chin was particularly the area I wanted to notice today. And it looks pretty good. There's a tiny bit of redness peeking through, but not enough to even say like my chin looks red. Can you see? I don't know. But as far as like how it held up after my sweating session, I think it looks pretty good. It's not broken up at all on my face. I don't know if you can tell. I was sweating a lot on my upper lip, so I sweat mostly here, like right here, and I'm always patting it away. So I made it a point today to not wipe the sweat away. I was patting it just enough so it wouldn't drip into my mouth. I was kind of just patting it away, and it didn't really wear away all that much. The foundation is obviously not full coverage on my upper lip, but it's still there. Like, I think it looks great considering the kind of stress I put it through today. I think it looks wonderful. So yeah, I like this a lot. I think a little like less layers might be better with this, but I'm liking it so far. The next thing with the same claims are the Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. I have the shade 120 Light Vanilla. This comes in a little paddle style applicator here. It doesn't have a stopper that kind of wipes the product off. I don't know if you can tell, like it just comes right out. It doesn't like pop out. So I don't know. Just something to note, I guess. So the concealer is a little bit thick, and when I was touching it and swatching it, I thought it was going to be hard to blend out, but it's not. This blends out so easily. It has really, really great high coverage. This was a powerhouse concealer as far as coverage goes. I mean, I put some right here, I blended it out, and it like took it all the way over here. Like, it was covered. All the same thing here, my forehead. I put a little on my nose and a little bit on my chin. It blended out easy. Very, very high coverage with this stuff. Same exact claims as the other one. It was long wearing, it's full coverage, it's water resistant, and transfer proof was also one of the claims on this. I don't really notice my makeup transferring anyway. I think if you put your clothes on in a certain way, you're not going to get it on your shirt. I haven't noticed it get on transfer anywhere. I don't know. But transferring wasn't really an issue with this stuff. But the concealer also looks very, very good. Now that I'm looking like super up close, the nose doesn't look amazing. It looks like a tiny bit of broken upness on my nose, but not even enough to like make a big deal about it. Considering what I put it through, I think it looks pretty good. The coverage is still all there. This concealer was wonderful. This has actually been something I've been wearing every day. I'm really, really liking this a lot. The coverage is so good. It lasts all day, but I hadn't put it through any sort of sweat or water resistant test, and I gotta say, it stood the test. I really like this a lot. The next thing, what's the next order? Bronzer. So the waterproof bronzer I used was the Rimmel Natural Bronzer. I use this all the time, but I've never really noticed that it's waterproof. I think, so I do have this on today. It didn't go anywhere. It still looks like I just put it on this morning. Yeah, still like bronzed up. But this is the shade Sunlight. This is actually the second one I've purchased of this. This is one of my favorite bronzers ever. One of the first bronzers I ever bought. Made me fall in love with bronzer. I really, really like kind of the red tone that's in this. So this is just a great bronzer in general. I really like it. But it does say waterproof. But I wonder if you're putting this on your bare skin, I guess you can kind of test the claims on this. But I feel if you're putting this on top of a foundation that's not waterproof and it wears away throughout the day, your bronzer is also going to wear away throughout the day. So, I don't know. It didn't go anywhere. It's still on my face. Sweat had no issue. And I like this a lot. It lasted all day so far. It's only 12 o'clock, but it's lasted through my strenuous workout, my second workout of the year. The next waterproof product I tried was that I put on was the Becca Beach tint. This is the shade Dragonfruit. I love this. I have two of these. I got them as a gift for Christmas the year before last, I think. I don't see these on Sephora at all, but they still have these on QVC, and they're so good. I was going to squirt some out and show you, but it'll stain my hand. I mean, this is how I put it on. It does claim a water-resistant color for cheeks and lips. I didn't put this on my lips, but it's very, very pigmented. I put some on my hand, I grabbed my Real Technique stippling brush, and then that's how I put it on. I think it looks great. It kind of has like a sweet tart kind of smell. But I think it looks wonderful. I love these a lot. They do last all day long. They haven't moved at all, even through my my hiking in and out of the car and sweating and stuff like that. I think it looks great. It looks exactly the way it was when I put it on at 7:30 this morning. These marks are very distracting, aren't they? Because they're so red. But I wanted to do the video right away so I could kind of see. Yeah, I liked it. So next thing, and I just like these in general. They stain your cheeks though if you don't have makeup on, and you kind of put them on your bare skin. They look really, really nice on bare skin, but it's more of a stain, and it will stain your lips and everything, but these are lovely. If you're interested in these, check out QVC. The next thing, where did I go from there? Highlighter, I put on a little bit of a ColourPop Super Shock. I didn't have any waterproof, transfer-proof, or sweat-proof claims for highlights. I put literally just like a tiny bit, not even to make a big deal, so I'm not even talk about it. Moving on. The next thing I did was eyebrows. I wore the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. This doesn't have any claims, it's just the pencil I like. But the waterproof product I tried out was the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel in the shade Medium Brown. My eye's itching right here. I've been using this for about a month now, and I want to like it so bad. But I have this in my brows. It didn't go anywhere. I could feel sweat in this area the whole time. I could feel my eyelids really, really wet with sweat. So I was kind of expecting my eyebrows to be all messed up. But they look exactly the same as they did when I put them on this morning. And they look very dark and a little bigger than I normally do. But this gel, it has a really big brush. I don't like the brush. I feel like if they had a Benefit Gimme Brow size brush, this would be a lot better. But when I use this, it obviously tints my whole eyebrow. It gets really, like my eyebrow's really big. It gets a lot on my skin down here. It doesn't have amazing hold. If you have unruly brows, this might not be for you. But I like the effect. I like the look. I like how dark they get. but it's kind of out of control with the big brush. But I do like the product. It held up really well underneath my sweaty conditions, and I like it. Yeah, I mean, I don't love it, but it held up under the conditions in which I was testing it. Okay, next up was eyeliner. This is the waterproof eyeliner from Rimmel, the Exaggerate eyeliner in the shade Blackest Black. I've been using this for years and years, but it didn't perform very well today, I gotta say. I had it in the waterline. It's mostly not there. I mean, you could see a little bit of it still there. But it's transferred quite a bit in here. And when we got down to Costco earlier, so I went and did the hike, went to Sonic to get a cold drink, went to Costco, put some gas, in and out of the car, here we are. When I got down at Costco, I looked in the mirror and I saw this big black line here, and without thinking, I wiped it, because I wanted to keep it so I could show you here, but it was just instinct, like, what's that? So there was a lot of black, like, smudginess down here. It's kind of gathered a little bit down here, but considering how sweaty, my eyes were so sweaty. I could feel sweat all in this area, like, and I think it's because I had my glasses on, though, that it was kind of just gathering heat in there. I don't know, but they were so sweaty. But considering how sweaty my eyes were, it didn't perform too badly. But it did transfer a lot down here. It has a little sponge on the end, so I'm just going to kind of wipe it away a little bit. So this performs well usually. I don't have any issues with this, but strenuous workout, maybe not the best thing. Or wearing eyeliner at all. So the next things I had on were eye products. I have on 2 cream eyeshadows that do claim... well, the Revlon one does claim waterproof, the Color Tattoo from Maybelline. I don't know if it claims waterproof, but it's a very long wearing. So I have on the Revlon ColorStay cream eyeshadow in the shade Stardust. This is actually in my project pan or Shop My Stash. I've been wearing this a lot. I love it. So I have this on my lids. I also have this one from Maybelline called Barely Branded. I had this one all over the lid first, and then I felt like I needed something else. So I put this one on top, and then that's what they look like. It didn't budge at all. I was expecting it to be creased up because I was so sweaty on my eyelids, but it literally looks like I just put it on. Like, there's no wear, like no patchiness, nothing. It looks really, really nice. And then I also, the copper that you see is from Nudestix. It's the Nudestix Magnetic Luminous Eye Color. They do claim waterproof on these. This is called Copper Foil. And there it is there. So I put this, I lined my upper lash line and the lower lash line with this, and it hasn't moved at all, which I'm surprised about, because the other day I wore this to work, and by the time my work day was over, it was completely gone. So it's really weird that these things that don't usually perform well under no circumstances are performing well with all these circumstances. Like the foundation stick yesterday broke up like crazy, and I was just walking around. But now it looks fine still. The upper lash line looks exactly the way I put it on. Lower lash line, like there's a lot of flakiness right here. Not flakiness, but the glittery particles from it kind of traveled down here. There's a little bit in my, like, one of these creases right here. But I have to look up very closely to see it. You know, it's not something I would notice, like, just sitting back here. I think it still looks fine. So for the most part, it's still there. Lower lash line didn't hold up the best, but you know what? Not the end of the world. It still looks nice. And then for mascara... This doesn't claim waterproof. It does say it's flake proof. And I've noticed this flake a lot on my lower lashes. It's the Maybelline Snapscara in the shade Pitch Black. I didn't put as much on my lower lashes today because it flakes a lot on my lower lashes. I don't know why. But on the upper lashes, I have a great experience with this mascara. It's a tubing mascara. They don't claim tubing mascara on the claims, but the way you take it off is exactly like a tubing mascara, so it's totally a tubing mascara. Tubing, how many times can I say tubing? This doesn't transfer at all. No matter how sweaty my eyelids were, the mascara didn't transfer at all, because usually at work, if my eyelids get sweaty, I'll have mascara like dots up here for my lashes touching, and this didn't move whatsoever. It also didn't flake at all, which I'm kind of shocked about, but later in the day it usually gets kind of flaky. But it still looks really nice. It's held up really, really well. But this mascara always does really good under sweaty conditions. And then I locked everything into place with the CoverGirl Outlast Active setting spray. I poured it into this other bottle because I hate the sprayer that bottle has. But inside this bottle is the CoverGirl Outlast Active. And I did spray this all over my whole face before I left. Maybe that had something to do with the foundation lasting a little better. But I had this on yesterday too, and it still wore away. So I don't know. But this I've always really liked a lot. It does kind of lock in your makeup a little better. So I like that a lot. So that's that. That's how my makeup held up. My sweat-proof, waterproof test-in of all the makeups and stuff. All the makeups, you know what I'm trying to say. What did you guys think? How did it wear? How does it look? Other than these 2 dots, like my indentions, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, I was so happy I had these big glasses on because I felt like I'm going to be out there having a full face of makeup on it. Everyone's going to look at me like, what are you doing? But I was able to hide most of it, which is okay. So that is that. That is my testing of the sweat-proof, waterproof makeup. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have any waterproof recommendations, let me know what you think down below. What am I saying? I'm very hungry. I just gotta go. Thanks for watching this video. I will see you later in another one. Goodbye.